Previously on Mashtempo.
I have nothing else to say. This took way too long, and I am happy to say that I won't have to play any Tom and Jerry game ever again. What? They're working on a new Tom and Jerry set. What? No. No, are you kidding me? It can't be. I don't believe this. No. No.
And now, this is fine. 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 Everything is fine. Just breathe. Just breathe. It's fine. Well, I guess I'm not done with every Tom and Jerry game. It's actually pretty funny. After I mastered Tom and Jerry on the SNES, that is the second to last game I had to play for the video, I got informed that there was a new Tom and Jerry set in development via Blue Sky, which, by the way, you should follow me there. So I told myself that once the set was released, I would play it for a follow-up video, because if I'm gonna claim to have every Tom and Jerry game mastered, and because I clearly don't have enough Tom and Jerry masters, I might as well make sure that's actually true. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I literally just explained it in the intro. What? Were you even listening? Go watch the first video for context. I am not explaining this again. The game I had left was Tom and Jerry and Mouse Attacks on the Game Boy Color. And fun fact, I actually set a challenge for myself. I played this as soon as the set released, so I can be the first person to master it because, well, I'm the king of Tom and Jerry games. Said me. And my opinions are a fact. You are wrong, I'm always right. I have never had a single incorrect thought in my mind, although I am thankful that the set has 26 achievements instead of 114. So we start the game up and... Did
you see it? Someone or something
I am sure that's nothing to worry about. By the way, I somehow completely ignored what the message actually said. Either way, this game is a 2D platformer. What a shocker. You can run, you can jump, and you even have my favorite feature, Rabbit Mode. Of course, with every platformer, you have collectibles, but these are actually used to progress through the game. I know, this looks very f***ing ominous. Aha, how you doing, Jerry, my boy? In a mood for mischief? Look at the special items that you can win from the prize game behind these doors. We are gambling! Let's go! Yeah, I thought by the sentence structure that this was entirely optional, and by doing this, you'll enter the bad route or something. Especially because there's an Angel Jerry as well in the level. I thought it was a case of inside of you there are two wolves. One that goes honk shoo, while the other one goes honk. And you must choose your destiny. But no, these are required to progress through the game. Both of them give you tips about the game. They just choose to use Devil Jerry to explain the rewards you'll get. In fact, what even are these things he's talking about? Oh, minigames. You play minigames to unlock items to progress through the levels. And the first minigame... Oh. Dude... You can't be doing this to me. I never knew you can make slide puzzles about Tom and Jerry this stressful. And, this minigame made me realize how bad I am at slide puzzles. I had zero idea what I was doing, as I never played one up until this game, and realized how f***ed I was. Especially because there's an achievement called Speedy Puzzler, where you have to beat it in under 10 seconds. 10 seconds! Either way, as I got to the end of the level, I finally realized I was using the wrong version. Bravo me. I had gotten the Rev 1 version of the game, and in the supported game files section of RetroAchievements, there was only the standard version. After this reset, everything was finally working as it should. Now I could properly dive into the game without getting sidetracked. Be not afraid. The devil. Do worry. Tom and Jerry and Mouse Attacks is your typical 2D platformer, and like I said, to progress through each stage, you have to collect a certain amount of collectibles to access minigames. Once you beat the minigame, you'll be rewarded with an item that's used in a specific part of the level and nowhere else. Like with the slide puzzle, which, by the way, I still sucked at. You get a rocket that can only be used to break through areas with cracks on them, and give Jerry a concussion along the way. Speaking of him, he walks like he's late for a meeting. It's just funny to see him walk so slow with this being the animation. Also... his idle sprite makes it look like he has a goatee. I know it's part of his design, but I think the lack of whiskers really sells the illusion for me. Oh wait, I think I know why. It's because every time he climbs something, he immediately starts licking it. Anyway, the last minigame here is Pie Panic, Wait, Tom, why does your pointer finger look like a candle? For this minigame, you have to attack the images of cats while avoiding Jerry and his friends because, I don't know, maybe it hurts their feelings. Fun fact, I'm a god gamer. I video games really good. So I didn't miss a single throw during the minigame, and that got me the achievement, My Sole Earthly Possession, 10 Custard Pie, which, by the way, is the best achievement name ever. Oh yeah, speaking of them, you would think that because I wanted to be the first person to master the set, that I would go with a plan of some sort. Bro, I literally just told you I struggle with a slide puzzle. Do you really think I went in here with a plan? Either way, there are achievements for collecting every single item in a level, and after beating the pie minigame, I quickly earned the Johann Mouse for grabbing all 36 notes in the stage. And now, we're off to the first boss fight of the game, the giant enemy spider. This boss fight is... GG. HHHHH. You have to wait for the bug spray to fill up, along with you needing to wait for the spider to go under the spray so you can attack it. It doesn't sound hard, but this fight is just RNG. The spider randomly chooses where to move, and you can't influence where it'll go whatsoever. And sometimes it has a pissy fit and sends out small enemy spiders. Also, sometimes the spider sends a fart cloud in your direction, where most of the time you can't even dodge it. So yeah, because this fight is literally determined by RNG, most of the time the spider just refused to go where the tube is. And on top of that, I got hit and died a lot, and I really mean a lot of times. Doesn't help that you have to beat every boss fight without taking damage for the achievements. I decided to leave this one for later, as I really couldn't have been bothered right now. Thankfully, I got Jerry's Tangled Web for just beating the level, and Tull in the Trap for activating all 4 buttons that trigger the trap. Now we're on to the second level, the kitchen. I'm sorry, I thought the OST was gonna be like, you're such a beautiful girl. Of course, with every kitchen, there's a washing machine in it. And for some reason, this washing machine is a constant stream of water that's coming out of it, even though there's nothing in it. So of course this means that bombs on a raft will appear along with fish jumping out of the water. You're way too beautiful. The first minigame here is Life Bait, where you have to dodge fish. That's it. It's actually really fun. Although, Christ, I didn't know we were playing Toho. Why is this actually challenging? And of course, there's an achievement for surviving this mayhem, the Mouse Diver, where you have to beat the minigame without taking damage. And on my first attempt, I got hit in the first 2 seconds of me starting the minigame. Although, on my second try, I managed to get the achievement. Once you figure out that you basically have to stay on the lower left side of the screen to dodge fish easily, and that you swim relatively fast, meaning you actually have the time to dodge them, it becomes quite easy. I actually spent more time pondering why Jerry turns into a chipmunk when he holds his breath underwater. For beating this minigame, you get bombs? What on earth could you use these bombs on? Oh, I'll tell you. To blow up a bunch of plates, I guess they're made of titanium metal for Jerry to climb over them. But hey, I'm the one who's complaining about realism in a Tom and Jerry game. Either way, after climbing up the chocolate bars that are taped to the fridge, you'll encounter the next minigame, water skiing. It's like the previous minigame, but in 2.5D. Ooh! And of course, you have to beat it without taking damage for the Super Ski Stunts achievement. This one took a while. While the 2.5D perspective is really impressive with a Game Boy Color, the depth is kinda hard to figure out. Found the perfect spot, boys. Okay. That's it, really. The minigame is once again fun, and I have no complaints since it controls really well, but the lack of depth perception elevates the difficulty of the achievement. Also, I'm just realizing that most of my attempts failed at the exact same log. How does this even happen? But after 10 excruciating minutes later, I got the achievement. The strategy I used is similar to the last minigame. Stay as further away to the left as possible and keep Jerry somewhere in the middle, as there is a fish that constantly swims on the bottom of the screen. By the way, I just want to mention how silly Jerry looks throughout the minigame. The entire time he goes Also, what is Jerry holding on to? Is this supposed to be a tow rope? They more so resemble anal beads. Now we're off to the boss! And for some reason, to get to it, you have to navigate like 30 stoves. Like, who is the owner of this house? Because I think this is a genuine safety hazard. The boss, though. You have a bowling ball, and you have Tom. You wait Tom to stop moving so you can drop the bowling ball onto him, while Tom occasionally aims a water hose and pisses on you. The end. Yeah, this boss fight is really easy, but it has free achievements. You of course have Tom's Dream Ball for just beating the fight, Tom's Nightmare Ball for beating him without taking damage, and the Bowling Alley Mouse for beating him using 5 bowling balls or less. For the last achievement, that's the fewest bowling balls it takes to defeat Tom. So this achievement description is a scam and I want my money back. And well, I don't have that much to say. This boss fight is incredibly easy. I got all 3 achievements in one attempt. The hardest part is waiting for Tom to stop moving in an area where you are able to drop the bowling ball on him. As again, where he stops is completely up to chance. Yippee! This means we can move on to the next level, the garden. Fun fact, this stage sports the only missable achievement in the set. Well. The mouse does not fall far from the tree now, does it? For collecting 99 acorns? As opposed to 36 in the first and 41 in the second level? Literally, what the tune-up? My first assumption was that the reason as to why it's a missable achievement is because the level actually splits into 2 parts, and you cannot go back to the previous part. But no, I actually collected every single acorn I came across, and I was left with 95 of them. I literally searched every nook and cranny, but I couldn't find the last 5 acorns. So I saved this achievement for later, as I really didn't want to spend hours searching for this shit. As for the level itself, it has very racially questionable bees, and the slide puzzle makes a comeback.
Alright, let's do this again. Oh no. Oh.
Yep, I got the Speedy Puzzler achievement by complete accident. My plan was to get every other achievement in the set and save this one for last as some sort of maybe anticlimactic ending to the video, but I guess that's not happening anymore. Also, yes, this game reuses minigames for every level. There are 3 more unique minigames left. There are 5 levels in the game. Either way, the new minigames in this level are Save the Eggs, where you have to bounce the eggs to safety. Yeah, no, that's it. And of course, you have to beat the minigame without dropping any eggs to get the Eggs and Jerry achievement. This minigame, along with the achievement, aren't hard at all, but it's incredibly tedious as you need to save 10 eggs for you to complete the minigame. So you'll be going back and forth with basic gameplay for like a good 3 minutes. Also, sometimes the chicken can shit out 2 eggs at once, and you can't do anything but watch the egg crack and feel guilty because you killed her child. The last minigame here is Tom's Cups. Is he a size 32D? Oh, it's a cup shuffle minigame. You have to guess in what cup Jerry is in, while Tom looks like a camel. No, seriously, what does bro look like that? It looks like every bone in his spine is broken, and he's being controlled like a puppet. Anyway, yeah, no, this minigame doesn't have any achievement related to it, so you can guess how piss easy it is. Oh yeah, as a reward, you get bubble gum. No. By the way, this bubblegum. As I was making my way up to the boss, I hit the ceiling, and for some reason, when I tried to use the bubblegum again, it didn't register, but it still counted me as using it, meaning I had to restart from the beginning of the level, since using bubblegum is the only way to get past the section. As for the boss, you fight against the muscle cats. And yeah, no, screw this boss fight. It doesn't tell you anything about what you have to do. Like the game expected you to figure out that if you jump in the dead center of the items, it'll bounce them back. Sure. And you can see this, right? The constant item spam throughout the fight. Yeah, no, I didn't try to do this hit list for the achievement, and also save this one for later. Although I did get the muscle cats for beating the fight, and Dirty Work Incorporated for hitting every cat in the fight. Now we have the toy room, the second to last level. And yes, here the last new minigame is present, soap surfing, which, it reminds me of something, but I'm not sure what. But it's different, guys. You can jump now. Thankfully, I've had a lot of experience navigating through the area in the water skiing minigame, so I actually got Surface of Free by my second try, as opposed to my 316th, because of my first attempt. Look, I have no clue what even happened here. As for the rest of the level, It's nothing to write home about. The other two minigames in the level are reused. The slide puzzle and the pipe throwing minigame. Oh yeah, remember that one. I also got Cuban Jerry for collecting all 49 maracas in the level. Totally mentioning this now because I definitely didn't forget to put it in the script and only just remembered while going through this level. Nope. Also, the f*** do you mean maracas? Maracas! In a toy room. Well, unless we're in a discount Dia de los Muertos parade. That makes no goddamn sense. I guess this means we can move on to the boss now. It's Mikado. It's Mikado. Oh! Oh no. I have to beat this hitless. I have to beat all of this without taking damage. Oh, and there's also a third part to this boss fight I have to beat hitless too, because I guess the first two parts weren't enough. Do I really have to explain why this boss fight is hard? I'm a 7-year-old playing a game about Tom and Jerry in a brick-colored blue. Why did this turn into a Souls boss? Tom and Jerry in the Valley of Drakes. I'll go into the specifics later when I attempt the hitless achievement, since yes, I attempted this achievement later because I don't know why. But if you thought something along the lines of, well, just learn the patterns, what's the big deal? That's the thing! There are no patterns. Everything is random. Except for the final phase, which always starts the same way when you enter the fight. The rest is pure RNG. And I repeat this again. I have to beat all of this without getting hit once. So let's actually have fun and continue to the last level of the game. As you probably guessed, I got the achievement Push Button Kitty for just beating the fight and... Oh, what? You thought that this was the last level of the game? Yeah, no, we still have one more to go. And if this was the second to last boss fight, I can't imagine what the last one is gonna be like. This brings us to the final level of the game, the Attic. This is the level that by far took me the longest to beat. It usually took me around 10 to 20 minutes to beat a level, simply because I was exploring everything it had to offer for the collectible achievements. But this one, I spent almost 40 minutes on this godforsaken level. It's not difficult, but you see this green wall pull thing. You can walk through it. And it never occurred to me to just look to the left a little bit and see a whole ass platforming section when I climbed up. So yes, I spent 10 minutes trying to figure out what was going on and where in the world I had to go. This is also when I realized you can actually replay minigames. Every time you beat one, you get free uses of the item it rewards you with. I assumed that once you ran out, you would have to die and restart the level to try again. You can just re-enter the minigame. I'm definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm telling you this because the entire time I was looking around wondering what I had to do, I kept falling down, meaning I had to replay the minigame again to get the rockets so I could climb up to the platform again. This definitely didn't make me go insane. Anyway, past this section is the cup shuffling minigame, and whoever is shuffling these cups now must have injected fentanyl into their system because what in the f***? After that, there's one more minigame for the bubblegum, letting me float up to the upper section of the level. This part, oh my, it took a ridiculous amount of time. You see, to get the last few key collectibles in the level, you have to drop down under the platform you're standing on using the umbrella. Simple enough, right? The game has already introduced this mechanic in previous levels, so I knew how it worked. And you wanna know what I did? Tried getting to it by falling down without the umbrella, which if you do that, you fall faster than a bullet train. And somehow, it took me multiple attempts for me to realize how stupid I am, wasting even more time as I had to replay the minigames again to get the items so I could climb back up. But after what felt like a full-blown lobotomy, I finally used the damn umbrella, which got me open mouse to me for collecting every key in the level. After completing the last minigame that's needed to finish the level, it was time to face the final boss of the game. Of course, it's Tom. And after what I had experienced in the Mikado fight, I prepared for the worst. You just walk right. That's it. You hold right while every now and then Tom pats the table, calling it a good boy. I am not joking, by the way. You have to throw food at Tom to defeat him, and Jerry does this automatically, so what you need to do is only walk right. Final boss, by the way. The two specific achievements for this fight are Listen Pussycat, Don't Pick on My Friends Again for beating Tom without taking damage, and The Endless Table for beating the fight while only moving right. You can guess that I got all of them on my first try. What's an anticlimactic end to an otherwise really good game? Well, with this playthrough of the game, I got a whopping total of 21 achievements out of 26. So it was the time to finally master the set. Thankfully, the achievement developer allowed the use of passcodes, meaning I didn't have to replay the entire game to get to a specific stage. Thank you very much for this. Otherwise, getting the rest of the achievements would have made me end up in a psychiatric hospital. As a reminder, the achievements I need to get are 8 legs no aiming, for beating the spider without taking damage, muscles must be proud, for defeating the muscle cats without taking damage, the mouse does not fall far from the tree, for collecting every acorn in the garden, Self-Destruct-Button kitty, for defeating Meccano without getting hit, and an achievement I haven't mentioned so far, Jerry's 9 lives, for beating the game with, well, 9 lives. I decided to get these by level order and leave the 9 lives achievement for last, so that means I'm going back to level 1 and tackling the spider again. This achievement didn't take that long, but man, it was kinda annoying. The space you have is smaller than a janitor's closet, you barely have room to avoid the spider's weird-ass fart attack. And besides that, the spider's random movement made it even more tedious. Like I swear, most of my attempts I waited for the spider to move underneath the spray for like 5 hours, only to be sandwiched between the spider's bottom and his fart. Yeah, sounds very delicious! But yeah, there's nothing more to say other than space small and spider have epileptic seizure. Thankfully, it only took me 10 minutes to get the achievement, though man, those 10 minutes felt like 10 days. After that, I went to the garden to get the 2 achievements I was missing there. My initial idea was to get all the acorns, then fight the boss. I already knew where every acorn was, well, at least the first 95 of them. I just had to figure out where the last 5 were hidden. And, honestly, this was more difficult than I thought. On my first attempt, I legit checked everywhere, explored every nook and cranny, and scoured every inch, but still, nothing. Then at the near end, I managed to get stuck at the edge of the level thanks to this frog that is somehow balding, and couldn't do anything to get myself unstuck and had to restart, which now makes me want to feed each and every single one of you to the French. After that disaster, I decided to look in the comments of the achievement because I couldn't find anything online. Well, there is a written walkthrough on GameFAQs, but do you really think I read? That's for nerds, dude. I also decided to check the guide when I mastered the set, and not only does it not mention where the hidden acorns are, but apparently I am free to roast the caterpillar using a child pepper. Thankfully, there was a discussion already about the hidden acorns, and somehow I interpreted the message, you are probably missing the ones above the fence to the right of the tree. You need to use a spring on top of the fence. As go to the end of the level and use the spring there, which, oh shit! I really don't think I was supposed to be here. What did I do? Devil text detailing on offensives and destructive item used to be inserted here. I somehow triggered a boss like this, so I guess that means I'm going for the hitless achievement. Look, dude, I have no clue if I just summoned Jerry.exe, who's now on his way to hyper-realistically kill me while I bleed for my hyper-realistic hands. As for the hitless achievement, I got it in like 10 seconds. Once you realize that staying in the center lets you bounce items back at the cats, avoiding damage and taking them down becomes a breeze. Yeah, no, I seriously have nothing else to say. So after the interesting experience, I decided to go back to the comment section of the achievement and just ask exactly where the last acorns are hidden. And you wanna know where they are! Oh my god. That's evil, dude. So finally, after almost 40 minutes of attempting this achievement, I got the mouse does not fall far from the tree, and officially completed every collectible achievement in the set. By the way, shout out to Grits, the absolute unit who not only helped me with this achievement, but with basically every other achievement I was struggling to get. Well, with these out of the way, it was time to attempt something I was dreading to do. And that is the Meccano hitless achievement. And how was it? No way, dude! Very fun, actually. To be completely honest, this achievement completely ruined the fun of the game for me. I genuinely don't understand why the developers decided to make these patterns random. Like, that's the biggest issue here. Every time you enter this boss fight, the pattern for the missiles get randomized. There's nothing for you to learn, there's no way for you to improve or strategize. To get the achievement, you need to get lucky. Well, okay, there is some skill involved, and there is a strategy you can use to make it easier for yourself, but it still heavily relies on luck. Where the missiles spawn, when the missiles spawn, it's all up to chance. And I swear, the speed of the missiles are influenced by RNG too. Overall, it just wasn't a fun experience. The strategy for the first phase is to stay in the neck of Meccano and avoid jumping. The issue? You walk slower than a depressed slug, which isn't great when missiles drop randomly. For the second phase of the fight, it's recommended for you to stand on the top of the cannon here and just jump over the missiles, because of course they fall here as well. The issue? I'm stupid. Okay, the actual issue is that the missiles, again, spawn randomly, meaning you can get yourself in a situation like this, which is completely unavoidable. I would talk about the last part in detail, but honestly, my attempts barely made it past the first phase of the fight, and I was very irritated because I only had 3 tries per attempt, meaning if I got a game over, I would have to replay the entire level, which took around 2 to 3 minutes, as opposed to the boss fight, which took 3 picoseconds because the missiles have the range of a Ford F-150! I wasn't having fun, so to not lose my sanity, I took a break, and decided to continue later. That break turned into a day, then 3, then a week, and 2 weeks later, I decided to tackle this again. Yeah, as I was playing this set, I was working on the Mario 64 video, which by the way, you should totally watch after this one. And I kinda didn't have time to play the game. So, because I cannot be bothered to go through all the footage, here's my complete descent into insanity as I tried beating Meccano hitless. No way, bro. No, I'm not a short hop, bro. I don't care. Like, what the f? There's no way. Okay, never mind. When the moon hits your eye, like a big pizza bite, that's Amori. Like the hit game Amori on PC. Ah! Okay, that was close. Not yourself. Wait, new strategy? The screen hurts you! Wait, I understand it now. Holy shit, I have never made it this far. No way! Come, let's watch the rain as it's falling down. Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome back to Tom and Jerry Mouse Attacks. Today we're going to be fighting Meccano hitless. We're not gonna get hit. Not at all. Make sure you like and subscribe because I'll be posting As I said, I'll post daily Tom and Jerry content along with Five Nights at Freddy. I love the fan. Actually, need to lock in. I can't make fun of people. I need to lock in. Okay, I won't yell anymore. This is Tom and Jerry ASMR by Mashtempo. Oh, you have a missile. It's okay. We'll dodge it. I will skin you alive, Jerry. Editing done in I'm going to grab this controller, I'm going to break it, then I'm going to find out who made this game, and then I'm going to shove a fork up their ass. Are you fucking editing Mashtempo, put a green screen of a car crash on the screen. Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god! You can't believe I was actually shaking, dude. I don't know how long this achievement took me. I was only recording the boss fight and not the entire stage. My assumptions? At least 3 to 4 hours in total. Which, yes, no shit. It's bad. The Dire Doc's Red Card achievement took way less than this, and people consider putting this one in a subset. And to be completely honest, I don't like the addition to this achievement in the set. I understand that there's a hitless achievement for every boss in the game, so it makes sense to have a hitless achievement of this boss as well, but why not a deathless achievement then? Or to beat it while getting hit less than 3 times or something. I personally think that would even out the RNG bullshit the boss throws at you. And before you start commenting skill issue, I don't have a problem with hard achievements. I had a lot of fun mastering some really difficult sets. The problem for me arises when the probability of me getting the achievement relies more on how lucky I'll get, rather than my skill and knowledge of the game. But hey, I'm at least happy I got it, meaning I can move on to the last achievement in the set, Jerry's 9 lives, where, as a reminder, I have to beat the game with 9 lives. This is basically a deathless run while collecting every 1-up in the stages. This seems difficult, but it isn't hard at all. The 1-ups aren't hidden at all, and they are on the path you take either way. And, well, beating the game without dying isn't an issue. And no, beating Meccano Deathless isn't an issue, as I gained way too much experience with the hitless achievement. So I got ready to attempt it. Then on the second boss fight of the game, I managed to pull this off. Well, look, the only game I played in this 2-week period was web fishing. Can you give me a break? But yeah, like I said, beating the game with the challenge, heavy quotation marks on that, of collecting the 1-ups isn't that much of an issue. I took it slow and steady, and on my next attempt, I managed to get past every level and defeat every boss flawlessly. Got to Tom, held right, and finally mastered Tom and Jerry and mouse attacks. This game overall is great fun. It's a silly little 2D platformer that I highly recommend. It's nothing to write home about, but it's a solid and charming experience that doesn't overstay its welcome. As for the achievement set, well, you can certainly tell my opinions on it. First of all, I think it's great. It adds little challenges to keep you on your toes and are just a really fun addition. But if you want to test your patience and luck, or if you love gambling like I do, with the Meccano Hitless achievement, then play this. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to like and subscribe and check out my coffee if you have a buck to spare. If you want to see more frequent updates, follow me on Blue Sky and... Oh yeah, I said I was gonna be the first person to master the set. How did that go? Oh, I was the 5th master. Whoops!